Bringing Malaysia to greater heights, main agenda. Scenes of unity captured in festive celebration. Good evening, I'm Carlos Sinyan Kuala, and welcome to News on 2. Well, stabilizing the country's economy and bringing Malaysia to an even more greater heights are among the hopes disclosed by Deputy Prime Minister Dato Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail in conjunction with the Chinese New Year celebrations. Now, she said that the hopes can be a reality under the Pakatan Harapan PH administration that is led by a charismatic leader, Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad.
We want our country to recover after being assaulted quite badly in the economic sector.
The Deputy Premier said this after attending the Chinese New Year open house at the Kuala Lumpur and Selangor Chinese Assembly Hall, KLSCAH, at the federal capital. Dato Sri Dr. Wan Azizah also took the opportunity to write a poem through Chinese calligraphy at the event and tossed the Yisang in hopes for a prosperous year. Also present at the event were Defence Minister Muhammad Sabu and Primary Industries Minister Friza Kok, among others. On a separate note, Dato Sri Dr. Wan Azizah, who is also Women and Family Development Minister, said that the ministry will introduce a policy that will look into the charity of the Rakyat of all ages. She said that it is noble for non-governmental organizations, NGOs, to organize aid to the unfortunate. Safety measures must also be looked into at these events.
Bagaimana kita nak buatkan ketatkan supaya ini adalah a noble practice that they want to give something, but they have to take care also by taking into account that these people are old, elderly, and we have to take care of their welfare. We have already asked them to look into the matter and see, because these are things that were beyond our control. So we will look into measures into how to tighten ways and means to help them and reach out. Sometimes we don't know, and then when the NGOs come out with such a program, it is a good program. Yet, when a tragedy like this happens, then you have to put into account things that can be improved.
She was commenting on the steps the government would take to avert a repeat of the tragedy at ICC Pudu on 28th January, where two female senior citizens were found dead, believed to be due to breathing difficulties, while waiting for their turn to get free food coupons at ICC Pudu at noon on that day. In Pulau Pinang, some 10,000 people gathered at the Chinese New Year open house organized by the Penang Chinese Chamber of Commerce, PCCC, at the subterranean Penang International Convention and Exhibition Center, SPICE, in Bayan Baru, which was also attended by Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng.
在今天的初一的这个新春大团拜，还是第一次我以财长的身份 在滨州跟大家拜个好年，同时要感谢华商总商会、滨州华商总商会，在今天的这个团拜成功的、顺利的举行，获得我看差不多整万个人出席。虽然是第一年呢，没有做出很多宣传，但是很感谢所有人踊跃的出席，不分种族、不分宗教。
Also present were Yang di-Pertuan Negeri Pulau Pinang, Tun Abdul Rahman Abbas, Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Minister Dato Sri Saifuddin Nasution Ismail, Deputy Foreign Minister Dato Marzuki Yahya, and Iskandar Putri Member of Parliament Lim Kit Siang. Guests were also entertained by a musical performance from students of Sekolah Menengah Jenis Kebangsaan Cina Heng Yi, songs and dances, and culminated in the Yisang tossing ceremony by the VIPs. The diversity of religion, customs and culture should not be a barrier in creating unity among the people in the country. The diversity should instead be seen as a driving force to seek equality, cooperation, harmony and tolerance. Speaking at the Mesra and Muhibah Chinese New Year Celebration 2019, organized by the Johor Bahru Tionghoa Association, Johor Menteri Besar Dato Osman Sapian said everyone should work together to empower each other without looking into the differences in religion, race and belief.
Pada era ini sebuah perubahan suasana dan pembangunan intelek dan teknologi yang lebih drastik dan batas. Isu itu, hari ini kita perlu bersama-sama untuk merayakan keharmonian rakyat agar semakin subur sekaligus menjadi budaya kepada rakyat Malaysia.
Dato' Osman at the same event also announced a contribution of 100,000 ringgit to the Johor Bahru Tionghoa Association to enable them to execute the various program for the Tionghoa community in the state. An attempt to smuggle 20 sacks of cockle seeds worth about 50,000 ringgit were foiled by the Kedah branch of the Malaysian Border Security Agency, AXIM, last night. Two individuals, aged 30 and 50, were also arrested while they were trying to transport the seeds to a neighboring country at kilometer 4.8 of the North-South Expressway near Changlun. Kedah AXIM Deputy Commander for Intel and Operations Inspector Ananda Krishnan, in confirming the seizure and arrest, said they received a tip-off on the car that was being driven suspiciously at Changlun town and immediately dragged the car before making the arrests. Investigations revealed that the cockle seeds were supplied from Batu Kurau, Perak, and meant for distribution to buyers in Thailand.
MO dia sekarang ni dia ikut benih kerang ni dia ikut musim. Musim dia maksudnya Januari, Februari, Mac. Musim-musim ni memang musim dia seluduk benih kerang. Tapi barang ni saya syaki daripada Perak lah. Dia seluduk daripada Perak dan juga melepasi border sini lah. Waktu dia bergerak tu dia awal pagi. Awal pagi dalam jam 2, jam 3 dia bergerak. Lepas tu tepat border buka dia akan terus shoot masuk.
Speaking to reporters in Anak Bukit, Kedah, Ananda said the two men have since been handed over to the Kedah Fisheries Department for further action. The case is being investigated under Item 3, Subsection 1 of the Fisheries for Cockles, Conservation and Culture Regulations 2002. Well, police detained a man for possessing a knuckle duster during the Ops Bersepadu carried out at 3 locations along Jalan Ipoh Lumut and Jalan Pusing Gajah, Batu Gajah in Perak last night. And Batu Gajah District Police Chief ACP Ahmad Adnan Basri said the 20-year-old man claimed that he was unaware that it was an offence to carry the knuckle duster, and he said it was only for self-defence. In the 4-hour operation, which began at 10 p.m. and ended around 2 a.m. this morning, 9 other men aged 20 to 40 were detained for various offences, including driving under influence of alcohol, possessing katum leaves, while 7 of them tested positive for drugs. ACP Ahmad Adnan said the cases were being investigated under Section 30, Subsection 3 of the Poisons Act 1952 and Section 45A, Subsection 1 of the Road Transport Act 1987. Meanwhile, during the operations at 3 locations, namely Kilometer 13 and Kilometer 15 along Jalan Ipoh Lumut and at Jalan Pusing Batu Gajah, police also issued summonses to owners of 114 vehicles for various offences.
Disebabkan cuti yang panjang ni, pihak kami merasakan perlu adanya satu operasi besar-besaran begini bagi mengekang sebarang aktiviti pencegahan jenayah, bagi mengekang sebarang jenayah dan juga bagi mencegah daripada pemandu terlibat dalam kemalangan, khasnya kemalangan maut.
Now, police apprehended a factory technician believed to be possessing cannabis and during the Ops Selamat conducted in conjunction with the Chinese New Year holiday in Baling yesterday. And Traffic Enforcement Officer, Head of Kedah Police Contingent, Headquarters IPK ASP Myor Amir Mio Muhammad Khalil said the 34-year-old technician was detained at the 46-kilometer of Kulim Baling Gerik Road at 2:30 p.m. after he was found to be driving suspiciously. Well, he said after being ordered to pull over, a search revealed 2 transparent plastic packets containing an estimated 4 grams of wads and dried leaves believed to be cannabis in the suspect's left trouser pocket. In a statement released today, he said checks later revealed that the suspect was previously held for carrying katum leaves and tested positive for cannabis. Myor Amir added that police also issued 23 summonses for various offences during the operation. Well, members of the public have been advised not to bring home their pet dog into Taiping and Bukit Gantang in Perak during the Chinese New Year celebration to avoid the risk of rabies infection. State Veterinary Services Department JPV Director Dr. Ahmad Zafri Hassan in a statement today said the Larut, Matang and Selamat districts have been gazetted as rabies-infected areas on 14th January and the order has not been lifted until today. The statement added that if there is a necessity to take the dogs out, a written permission must be obtained from the Perak Veterinary Services Department Director to prevent the spread of the disease. Anyone caught breaking the rule is liable to a fine not exceeding 5,000 ringgit or imprisonment not exceeding 3 months or both, as provided under subsection 39, subsection 1, under the Animals Act 1953, Act 647. Dog owners should not allow their dogs to roam freely without proper supervision, despite having a license or vaccine collar. According to Dr. Ahmad Shafri, there are no signs that the disease has spread to areas bordering the gazetted rabies-infected areas, including Kerian, Kuala Kangsar and Kinta districts, after samples were taken from wild dogs in areas. Well, a fire had destroyed almost 30% of 2 rental rooms in a 3-story shop building at Jalan Bunga Mawar, Labuan today. Labuan Fire and Rescue Department Deputy Superintendent Ismail Ngah said a call regarding the incident was received at 10:40 a.m.
Anggota yang terlibat dengan sesi pemadaman ini adalah selama 20 orang. Api dapat dikawal lebih kurang 20 minit kemudian. Punca-punca kebakaran masih dalam siasatan dan anggaran kerugian dalam siasatan juga.
Owner of the premises, Muhammad Samad Muhammad Umar, said he only found out about the incident after being informed by one of his employees.
Kejadian tu saya pun tidak tahu macam mana boleh jadi. Mungkin dari lot sebelah itu dia terjadi, dari dapur belakang. Dia atas sekali store, kedua itu kedai lah. 2 tu saya rasa tidak apa-apa lah, tapi atas store lah.
No fatalities were, however, reported. Following the incident, members of the public are advised to always ensure that the electricity supply are switched off before leaving. And coming up next, new attractions at Langkawi Wildlife Park. But first, foreign direct investment, FDI, is expected to record a 3% growth this year. Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng said this follows the continuous inflow of foreign investment into the country this month. He said that the development is also driven by investors' confidence in the country's economic stability. He added that local investors should also be confident and have a positive perception towards the country's economic situation. Guan Eng said this when asked to comment on a recent MIDF research note which was published recently. According to the research note, foreign funds have re-entered Bursa Malaysia for the past 4 consecutive weeks. International funds were net buyers of Malaysian shares last week with a net purchase of 146.8 million ringgit worth of equities. Last January saw a net foreign fund inflow of 1.03 billion ringgit, and it was the first monthly inflow since September last year. Now, visitors at the Langkawi Wildlife Park today were entertained by the antics of an otter raising a lantern on a 2-meter pole and a saltwater crocodile unveiling a Chinese New Year Gong Xi Fa Cai banner. THLL manager Nur Hamzami Hamza explained that the 3-year-old male otter, Asoka, had been trained since birth, while the saltwater crocodile was lured by food to make the jump to snap open the banner. Commenting further, Nur Hamzani said the program was an annual event organized by the park for the past 8 years as part of Chinese New Year celebrations.
Semoga sambutan Tahun Baru Cina ni 2019 memberi kejayaan yang lebih untuk tahun ni lah kepada Langkawi Wildlife Park. Semoga pengunjung datang ke sini, teruja datang ke sini beramai-ramai lah.
In conjunction with this year's Chinese New Year celebrations, THLLS management also presented a new home called Wodijia, or Woditiantang, My House, My Heaven, for 9 otters in the park, and it was officiated by Park's Administrative Manager, Mazni Sahadan. Well, more than 250 homeless people in the federal capital were treated to a Chinese New Year celebration held at the Homeless Transit Center, or PTG, organized by Institute On Jafar IOJ. The Jom CNY celebration was also jointly organized by the Gombak Food Delivery Privilege, which provided the catering. According to IOJ Chief Executive Officer Charles Mohan, festivals in the country, including Chinese New Year, should be shared among all the people regardless of their race, religion or status. He added so far 1,222 homeless people have registered under PTG and 371 of them have already obtained employment and are enjoying a better life now.
Kita tidak membiarkan ataupun mengasingkan golongan ini terbiar begitu saja. Ia adalah satu inisiatif tahunan yang kami jalankan untuk memastikan bahawa golongan ini juga turut terbabit memeriahkan sambutan Tahun Baru Cina.
Various activities were held, including a dragon dance performance and distribution of ang paos. Volunteers from the Medical Science Faculty of the Cyberjaya University College also helped to brighten the occasion. Jom CNY, which is held annually since 2016, also invited former homeless people to join in the celebration and share their experience and success stories.
This evening's News on 2. In our top story, bringing Malaysia to greater heights, the main agenda. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm Amin Carlos, and on behalf of all of us here at Studio 5, Kong Ki Fat Choi, Tin Yen Koila, thanks for watching.